40.
I don't know whether he can bring any reds out. Yes, he could
22.
just force through and bring the single red out. That was a good shot.
Could have done with getting a little bit more side
29.
on that. He may have to go way up the table. If the blue's available, he can play on that. I mean, it'd be nice to get the blue back on the spot, but not essential. But that's what he's got in mind, to pot this red and leave himself on the blue and then get back up to the scoring end of the table.
30.
Yeah, Neil had a little look before just to see if the three reds that are behind the pink, there was a chance of a plant, but I don't think that's on. So there's nothing there. So what do you do here? You play for the single red, or do you take the chance? He's got a natural angle to come off the side cushion and play a cannon into that pink and three reds, but it's not a very big target.
Yeah, that's the angle he has if he wants to play into the pink. He's just looking at the single red, but he's got a couple of options here.
Yeah, I don't blame him there. I think if he can pot this red and, well, I think he might have the cue ball to go a little further. If he could play that and then potted the red and come on the
35.
blue, it's quite an easy cannon off the blue into that pink and three reds.
Yeah, I think it was a little awkward for him. The white was a bit too close to the cushion to risk potting the blue and disturbing those three reds and pink. It didn't cue that well.
Robertson, 35.
Just cued across that one slightly. For a potter like Neil Robertson, you'd have to say that's a poor miss.
And here's the angle we were talking about, Dennis. He's got the nice little half ball on the blue, and this is all about the cannon here. Just needs these to open up and land on one, and they'd be a massive favourite in this frame. And that will do.
6.
It's nice to have
7.
plenty of enthusiasm, but just shouting out at the wrong time can put the player off.
Well, I mentioned earlier that'd be slightly worrying times. It'll be seriously worrying times if he doesn't win the frame
14.
from here, because these are absolutely lovely now.
15.
To level the match at 3 each. Okay, green to brown could be the only slight hiccup, but you wouldn't expect it.
Well, what have we had? 4 or 5 matches that have gone to a deciding
22.
frame already? Yeah, certainly 4, yeah. This
23.
Another one of those that might go all the way, John.
Yes. Neil Robertson will be sitting in his chair, kicking himself about the red that he missed. Okay, it wasn't easy, but he was in command in the frame.
28.
Somebody as good as him would have been fancying knocking that one in.
Just needs
30.
to make sure of the green. 24 the difference. This will secure the frame.
33.
Yes, of course. Didn't have to play position on the brown. Just needed that, but he did. And a good response
37.
from Ronnie. And once again, we're all square. Great match.
42. $48.
Well, the Australian Neil Robertson has a chance there to open up a 2-frame advantage. He didn't take. Ronnie O'Sullivan took his.
Spec from these two players, and still, I mean, we're only virtually halfway through the match.
Yeah, bring it on.
Bring it on, yep. As I say, it's always nice to see the centuries flying in, but sometimes it's nice to watch this sort of snooker where both players are missing the odd chance. I think they both want this one so badly, John.
Yeah, there's a good intense rivalry here between these two. Both got the ultimate respect for each other's games. And you know, sometimes we say about Ronnie that, you know, some matches he plays in are a little bit easy for him, and you know, he's not getting tested, but he's going to get tested this afternoon, that's for sure. And you can see from his attitude, he's enjoying it.
Just come up a little bit short. Ronnie might be tempted here because I think he can get round the back of the black and red if he takes the pot on here. That's okay, he hasn't left anything.
Now, what's the angle like he's left for Neil? Is it a shot that he can play and screw back to the balk area? Has he got a pot at one? Yep, there it goes.
Well, you never know where the red that you play is going to go, but it's finished up okay.
Is he a very attacking shot on here? Whether he'll take it, I don't know. No. He's decided to play the safety shot. And a good one it was as well. There's a pot and the red on the right hand side of the cluster there where you can play it and screw back for blue. He wasn't having any of that.
Well, he's taking this pot on, but keep your eye on the cue ball. It's going to head towards the black and reds, and where will it finish up? He's found the gap, and is he going to finish on the green?
One.
I mean, if he really powers the green, and he's left-handed, so he might be able to reach round. He's just over 6 feet tall, so he's got quite a stretch. But even then, he'd have to force this, and he could miss the pot if he tries to hit it too hard.
Yeah, that's the other thing about it, Dennis, is it looks like it's tight on the cushion, so it's not like totally over the pocket. It's not a complete gimme, this. Still got to cue it well, just to make the pot.
Green pot.
I think he's trying to get in behind it, just cushion first.
Neil Robertson won.
He had to use the jaw of the pocket and just misjudged it slightly. This is a similar sort of shot for Ronnie. I mean, Neil found the gap. Where will the cue ball go this time?
This is a little bit hard. He's got to power this, hasn't he? Oh, what a Chris.
One.
Well, they say you make your own luck. You deserved it after that pot. And that was brilliantly struck and controlled.
Seven. Eight.
Perfect. Just feel as with this match, the way it's been going, certainly in the last few frames, the boys mentioned in the studio that there hasn't been one visit winning these frames. You just feel as if one player can just step
13.
it up and grab hold of this match with some scoring. He could run away
14.
with it.
$21. 22.
Still got that one red at the back of the bunch that's available to him. Let's see how he gets onto that red. He's left it in such a way that he can develop a few more, but
29.
make sure he doesn't lose position though.
30.
And that was brilliantly played. Played a little stun run through here, just in there, kept the cue ball running through. So one good bit of cue in here. And that's exactly what you got. That was beautifully struck as well.
37. Well,
he did the right thing there, a little bit like a golfer. He hadn't quite made his mind up, and he got up off the shot and then got back down again. The worst thing you can do is change your mind when you're down on the shot and continue.
Yeah, it was also a lot better than it looked, wasn't it? He had to strike down on that. Make sure you hit straight through the middle of the white. Put any side on that
42.
shot, you'd be missing it. So it was very well cued.
43.
Striking down on it right the way through and then screwed back up for the brown. A lot better than it looked. He can obviously play some sort of cannon off the blue into the reds if he wants, but he's just worried about losing the cue ball. So he's looking at the single red on the right hand side that's above the pink, thinking about coming around the angles off the brown. So he's trying to guarantee position here as opposed to taking a chance.
Well, he took too long on that. Is he going to fluke it? Surely he's not going to fluke it down. Well, Neil, no reaction from Neil, but that is one of the biggest flukes you could ever wish to see. He couldn't make
47.
his mind up. He wanted to
Right,
take the
settle
blue
down,
and
please.
play a
Thank
little
you.
cannon. He didn't want to risk that, and in the end, he got down and just missed the brown by a long way. But how did he fluke it into that corner pocket? And is this a plant as well? Well, now he's just played a few strange
William
shots.
Sullivan, 47.
It's as if he'd lost his concentration somewhat. I mean, he just got down.
Quietly, please.
I mean, if the plant was on, you don't just get down and hammer it like that.
It's like as if he felt guilty for getting the fluke.
One.
Well, it might come back to haunt him, the way he played that plant there.
Sure.
But I mean, just to hit it that hard didn't give it the chance. But this was amazing. He just couldn't make his mind up, and in the end, missed it by a long way. Now to see it go in off the red.
6.
Anyway, meanwhile, this is not a straightforward chance for Neil Robertson. Okay, he's
7.
left-handed, so those 2 reds on the left-hand side cushion wouldn't be as much of a problem for him as a right-hander. But nevertheless, these aren't ideally situated.
Thirteen. 14.
Has the option here. He could play this firmly and try and flick the red out, or he can drop him behind it. I was thinking he could have played it nice and firm and moved the red that's above the cue ball out, because if he missed the cannon, he had the one in baulk. So
21.
chose not to do it that way.
Thank you. 22.